Hi, this is Trey with Clearly Homemade, doing my 5-minute early where I make sure the video is shared and blah, 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 blah. I have a few ideas. I'm starting to prep it right now about what we're going to do, but I have a feeling that instead of the tree idea that I had, I am going to be instead doing a frog stash jar. I just happened to see a little jar and I really liked it. I have a lot of jars. I keep all my glass. I really like this one. It's nice and small, nothing too big. And I saw somebody do something that looked really, really neat, so we're definitely going to try that today. So I'm going to get my video shared. I'm going to go from there. You hear the fan because, you know, it's always hot in Florida. And then no circulation and stuff. Let's see here. You're going to hear my child because you always hear my child. He might be singing. Got a new singing thing going on. I love it. I love it. I love it so much. His personality is just opening up so much. Let's see here. Let's see here. I've loved frogs since I was a little girl. Actually, one of my tattoos is a frog. It's a terrible tattoo, but it's still a tattoo nonetheless. It's a frog, upside down tree frog. Batman, of course. I think that's it. I think everybody else wants to do this. Okay. Just an FYI, if you ever want a reminder that I'm doing a video, let me know. I'll be more than happy to, I'm sorry, I hate more than happy. I will be happy to send you a message about the video. I'll send a link to you, or I'll share it to you directly. It's my child. He's being my child. So we got 2 minutes before it starts. Hang out with Daddy. Hang out with Daddy, please. Is Daddy sleeping? Is Daddy sleeping? Yeah, Daddy's sleeping. We unfortunately have comfortable beds. It's the only way to put it. Okay, so sorry about the shaking. When you use a real mason jar, you end up having it's too much clay. You end up having a lip, and the piece is always separate. So I don't want the lip. Let me try to flatten this out just a little bit. See if that helps. I'm just going to put this on 0. Let's see if that works. Because you only need a little bit for that part right there. That's all I'm trying to do. So when the frog head sits on top, then it's going to be fine. So I'm going to go ahead and do a cool looking frog. Maybe, if I can do it. Let's see. I'd rather be pleasantly surprised than terribly disappointed. So, the video starts in a minute. Okay. Awesome, 5 o'clock.
So scary.
Hi, thanks for joining me. I am Trey with Clearly Homemade, and we're doing, it's supposed to be an event, but I forgot to schedule it because my brain is all over the place. And what we're doing today is we're doing a frog stash jar with a little mason jar that I have here. I was originally going to do, hold on a second. I was originally going to be doing a design, but the printer didn't want to cooperate, or the design didn't want to cooperate with the printer. And then I just said, you know what, whatever. So I was going to copy the design just by making it. And then I was thinking other things that I could do, because I try not to do too much the cutesy stuff, as much as I love it sometimes. I want to be different. I own the designs. I commercially own the designs. So I'm actually not taking anybody's stuff. I've been working very, very hard on making sure that I am doing original designs. It's very, very important to me. Let me turn off my volume on my phone. So that's why I've been doing stuff like this. Okay, so we're doing a frog stash jar. It's a little mason jar. It's very pretty. It's great groove to it. The clay may or may not stick. Okay, and this doesn't want to stay here either. There is a lip for those who know mason jars. So I put a bit of clay that we're not going to see. It's going to stick right there. Hopefully it stays in place. Okay, this is a stash jar, so the idea is you're going to be able to open it and close it. So we're going to cover this whole thing with clay. It's just really just for permanence. See, that's not even going to work anyway. I got to figure out what we're going to do with that. This would be, you can use this for food if you want, whatever. You know, clay's not really going inside. But I don't want it to have any kind of issue. You know, let me see if I can use a very, very thin piece of clay. I can use that as like a glue. So this is going to be mostly clay, not really anything else. I mean, I might do a little aluminum foil for the head, maybe for the eyes, but we'll see. So I'm going to take a little bit. This here. Boy, is it hot. We have a baby watermelon. I mentioned it last night. I'm really excited to eat it. I love watermelon. I just ate half a small watermelon. I just like eat them forever. Forever, ever. Let's see if this helps. Just like this. Squish and close. You can just keep it closed for right now. In the worst case scenario. There we go. Great. Got some bubbles. We don't want bubbles. It's not good for the clay. Okay. So this is going to be the body. We're going to start the head with the eyes here on top. I might use cabochons, or I just might just do clay eyes. So let's do the body first. So ideally, oh, just so you know, as other things that we've done, it doesn't work. Okay. As with other things we've done, I can actually put this to the side for right now. Whatever clay you put, like with those glasses, you're going to see it on the inside. So what color do you want it? Now, we're going to be using mica powder for this. Probably going to do like a green frog, you know. But I have a green purple that's pretty. I can actually show you how I mix it with a really pretty blue. I really like the spring green I used yesterday. Probably use this spring green and green blue, right? So since we're not doing the tree anymore, this can now be officially mixed up. And we're not going to do too thick on the outside. I'm going to probably like that thick right there. So you can just turn it, which is why you need to have this here. There we go. I'm not going to do anything right now though. So you can turn it, want to be able to have the clay staying on. I have done stash jars before. I did 3. I thought they came out pretty well. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this flattened out because we're going to be mixing this first. This is the joys of mixing white. I don't have green clay. You know, I do not use colors. I do have green clay. I totally just like. Let's see if we use this green clay, right? Then, nope, mica powder. That's it. Just in the microwave. Never mind. Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to use this really pretty green purple. It's a nice color. I missed the door. Even then, you just listen. Okay, that's a lot of mica powder. That's too much. Okay. So the way this works is you take the color and you fold it. I'm adding another layer to hopefully stays on. So clay doesn't like sticking to clay with mica powder on it. So mica powder is something you leave for the last, unless you're going to use, you know, do what I'm doing here. So do my hand first. You can run it through the machine, which is what we're going to be doing. We just want to get it firmly entranced. You see all it popping out. And it's warm in here, so you're able to I'm able to do this by hand. Pick this all up. We're gonna have a big, big mess. Let me take this off so the clay doesn't get stuck. Okay. Actually, you can see in the process from the beginning. Well, almost the beginning. This is already kneaded clay. As you can see, the clay doesn't like to stick with it. Look at that pretty color. I wish you could see the color, how pretty it is. It's stuck to my hands. It's so warm. Okay. Okay. From the dowel we have, let's go ahead and smooth it out. This table, the tile is not sticking to the table because I have those mats under it. But I like to keep the mats because I don't want anything to go on the table. So while I did clean it, it was still kind of gross. Oh, it's terrible right now, 100% clean. I don't think I can. The whole thing needs to get refinished. I gotta sand it and probably just sand it. So I don't really mess with stain or anything. It's not like you can see it really, you know. Believe me, I've done so much cleaning. It's all in my hands, so it's fine. For those who do slime, it's similar to slime. Now we're going to run it through the machine at a reasonable level. There we go. Now, when kneading clay, you know that the clay is kneaded enough when you're able to successfully blend two colors. What do I mean by that? Well, when you take two colors of clay, or a color of clay and then mica powder, and you run it through, you're going to still see the clear distinction between one color and the other. When you're unable to see a clear distinction between the two colors, the color is fully blended and the clay is fully kneaded, which is pretty neat. This actually came out like a seafoam, which is probably what that is. You do still have the shimmer for the mica powder, but it's okay that the inside is going to look like this. Pretty sure I'm going to need more. Let's see. Let's make sure, you know, with air bubbles and that fun stuff. Remember, the outside is getting painted, so we don't have to really, or mica powder, I should say. So we don't have to really do anything. So make sure the entire inside is covered so nobody can see the clay. Push it around. Ah, there we go. Okay, that should be almost enough. Yeah, so you can hear the glass. Okay, so I'm going to take this off. We're going to add a little bit more of the white. And we're going to add more of the green. And I know the color is not 100%, but that's fine. I'm really thinking we're going to do this color on the outside. Since that would be pretty. Darker looks so much nicer. Okay, I'm going to run it through the machine. Do it with my hands. And I think we're going to have the frog. I'm a big fan of frog princes. I have a few pewter figurines that are like that. The thing that I made out of needle felting is a frog prince. I always like them. The story is like, you know, some jerk was a jerk and a witch turned him into a prince, and he had to wait for true love's first kiss, true love's kiss I should say, to turn back into a prince, and hopefully then he'll learn humility. It's a great story, you know. I mean, a talking frog has to convince somebody to kiss him, you know. Especially the time period, like the chance of his survival, it was very, very low. I mean, talking frog equals witch, and you get burned at the stake. Great times. Okay. 10 minutes into the video, real part of the video. We're still working on color. That's fine. We'll turn this into like a multi-event. It's supposed to be in the 90s this weekend, this entire weekend. Good times. Nice light green. That mark is from the machine. That's fine. It does that. You won't see it on the thing. So let's see what color we have. Look, nice full, no white, no separate green. This has been fully kneaded and it's been fully put in. Okay, let me put the green over here. And what we're going to do, we're going to flatten this out again. And we are going to go this way. And then we'll run it through the machine to make it easier. You could do all this by home. No machine needed. I don't have hands for it. And I'm very, very lucky about getting the machine. Oh, it looks like shaving cream. That's how light this stuff is. Okay, here we go. Wonderful. So now we take this and we are going to put it around. We're going to fix everything, you know. Put it around like this. Can't really see. I can see the bubbles now. Okay. And everything can get fixed. This is, you don't want to have any lines, anything like that. The bubbles make it a darker color, so it's actually pretty easy to tell when you have bubbles and when you don't. Just got to get this first level put on, and then we can layer on afterwards. First level is always going to be the worst. It's all the pressing that you need to do, all the bubbles you have to get rid of. I mean, this is a small jar too, so I mean, you can use it for glitter. I don't know what else to use it for. So it's gonna have a lid, but it's something small, so trinkets, like jewelry, things like that. Things that you would want to hide, because that's the idea of a stash jar, is that the jar does not look like something that holds something else, or that you don't know is a jar. That's what you want to keep to it, is not knowing that it's a jar. We like making stash jars. I wonder if I should do just that. Right? I'm always looking for something to do. Something I can do consistently instead of being all over the place. Oh, before I forget, may the 4th be with you. It's sad that Chewbacca, the person who played Chewbacca, died. I believe it was yesterday, the day before May the 4th. So his passing is definitely mourned more. I am not a huge Star Wars fan, but I can appreciate the fandom that sprung up for it. Speaking of, if you're interested in showing your fandom, my shop does have some stuff. As I am trying to keep all copyright stuff out, I will not be making any more of these items. Once they're gone, they're gone. Most of it's made out of resin and glitter and acrylic paint. Back when I was going through my resin phase, I have so many keychains and stuff. Somebody actually got a set, and the person they gave it to really loved it. And they're very durable. Very, very durable, which is what I like about it. Having a small child, I'm going to make sure your stuff's not going to break, you know, really easily. And I feel like it's a keychain, so you want to make sure that it's not going to break, you know, in your car and stuff. It's terrible. Yeah, it's good enough. Okay. I'm going to mush it down to make sure it's nice solid. I'm going to work our way back up. The star's going to be a little heavier because it is going to be mostly, if not all, clay. It will be a longer time in the oven, which is fun. I'm just not going to do it this weekend because it's too hot. Okay. You'll kind of still hear it. I'll probably be adding more to it. I'm trying to get it nice and flat without getting it stuck to the bottom. Okay, there we go. Helps get rid of the bubbles too. I'm so excited about the watermelon. I really am. Okay. They're pretty good. Close it up. Still gonna have a little bit there, okay? But you don't want to have it too high where you can't close it. But what we can do, let's see, let's smush it up. I'm going to turn to a snake. The snake is just going to go right around the rim. It's going to be smushed till it's the size that I want it to be. There we go. Wonderful. Get that out of the way. Okay, no. This also gives us an opportunity to make sure the thickness of the clay on the outside matches. See, we're just going to have it. For sure, I didn't like that. I'm really excited about this frog. I'm going to give it a big grin. I'm going to have some flies. Might even attempt another flower, although I don't know. Last night's flower was not my favorite. Did not come out exactly what I wanted. Okay. Just make sure. There we go. We can take and flatten it. I'm going to make sure this one is not top heavy. One that I made was top heavy. I'm having an issue. That was just not what I wanted to do. Let's see how we have it. Look at that. Nice and tight. Clay will have some shrinkage when you bake it. So that's something we're going to have to keep an eye on. I mean, you're obviously going to see, you know, where you're going to do it. That's the way the design is going to be. I'm just thinking maybe if I put it around here and I make it thicker. Nah, this is fine. Okay. So let's open this up. Well, in worst case scenario, I can just, you know, shape it down a little bit. Let's do the rest of the body. Now that we have the inside done, when you look at it, you know, you don't have to worry about it being any color because it will be changed. We want to make sure that the clay, or the jar, is going to be, you know what, let's put this on here. Let's do this. If we put this on here, then it's easier to not worry about making any mistakes. Oops. Last night was a rough night. It's actually the reason why I'm discombobulated is my poor child's still sick. Yeah, nice, you got nice and flat. A pretty thick jar. Normally I do thin layer at a time, but due to the thickness that we have to, the whole thing has to be the same thickness. We're going to be definitely using thicker layers. I really like this color though. Remember that. This is Pearl Ex Spring Green. I'm sorry, this is a Duo Green Purple, $6.92. It's not something I've really used a lot. So I have a lot of it, which is, you know, awesome. It's like a mermaid seafoam green. I know you can't tell on the video. One day, maybe I'll get one for my birthday. It's coming up kind of soon. Oh, we have Bruce's party coming up soon. Very excited about that. We're unable to get the invitations done on time, and I don't have ink in my printer. So I have to find a way to do more of it. Whatchamacallit? Black and white. But that's fine. It's a PJ Masks themed. I'm not on the rights to PJ Masks. Or anything Disney, I should say. And we're getting better. Don't really use a lot of clay. That's fine. It's important having clay if you can't use it, right? See, that was my problem. That's why I've noticed that a lot of my stuff didn't want to work out right, because I was so worried about having to save the clay just in case I would need it for something else, that my stuff, that's what happened with the dragon. I used more aluminum foil than clay. Instead of working out with just clay, you know. I know I say it's because of baking time, but really it's because I'm trying to keep the cost of this down. Don't forget, Mother's Day is soon. So if you want to get any of those Mother's Day items, let me know. They do take time to make. I've only had a few made so far. That flamingo one, I like it. I like Zentangles. I like the challenge that they bring to get it all out. Look at that. That's nice. No, we're almost there. Almost there. Got a few more spots. This is definitely has some weight to it. Okay, a spot right here. I really like this color. Something to do in my game tonight, like I do every Saturday, so that'll be fun. We have junk food, that'll be fun. My child has not napped. That will not be fun. We woke up not terribly late, but I was up very late. Okay, it's all of the green, so let's make sure that we have a nice even coverage, because we're going to be, adding to it. So that's nice even coverage. So let's go ahead and get this. Use a ball tool, and we're going to use some of this, and we're going to make it a little bit more even, because it's so warm in here. The clay is like butter, which I love. Smooth it out. Everything's going to be at the top. Okay, good. Okay, there we go. One body. Nice even coverage for the most part, but now we're going to start with the body. So we have a frog, okay? The frog has a head up here, has eyes, legs, and leg. So we're going to put in the legs here. I gotta figure out how we're doing this. Since the frog's back legs are usually much bigger than the frog's front legs, we can make it like small frog. I can't think of the word of the frog that I was thinking of. I'm going to do some purple now. So I got to get rid of this. Hello, whoever's watching. Thank you for joining us. Might just be me watching myself. It's just fine. Okay, so frog. Doesn't really make a difference what side you pick, since they're all supposed to be technically even. So we're going to do a frog. Now, okay, let's do the front, because I know what I want to do on the front. I want the frog, I wonder, frog is going to go like this. It's going to carve out. That's what we're going to do here. No, we can't have that high. So we're going to have it. That's what I'm going to carve it out from. Okay, here we go. Pretty sure, but my husband's sleeping. I have feet right there. Okay. I love you too, Bunny. I'll make you hearts. As we go in like this with his hands. I love it. Okay. Can you see the feet? I'm making a frog jar. Daddy sleeping? Yeah, that's what I thought. Making feet. I'm making a jar. I am. Let's see if I can have you guys look at it. Yep, let's see. You can see feet right there. I'm making a jar for myself. Got one foot. Let's get the other foot. Go in your bedroom. Lay down when I'm done. I am making a jar. It's a jar. It's something that you put other stuff into. It can hold cookies, yeah. Yeah. It can hold chocolate chip cookies. Yeah. It's warm. It's cooler in your bedroom, buddy, so you can go hang out there. It's not cool in the craft room. It is hot in here. Not really. Because I want to. Okay. So we're not having something even here. So let's go. No, it's for me. No, it's not for your fairy godmother, buddy. It's for me. Okay, so I'm going to put the feet here. That's great. Me, buddy. Okay, looks like we need to do a little bit more even around the bottom. I feel bad. His dad fell asleep, you know? Maybe he'll wake him up. Probably can't hear it, but he keeps hitting against his bunk bed. His bunk bed's metal. He just went ding. That's funny. Now he's hitting everything in the room. I would try and get his dad to wake up. Okay, so what I'm doing is apparently it is uneven around the bottom. I think how uneven it is. So we're trying to see about fixing it. Remember, because the inside's done, doesn't make a difference. The outside color. I would like it more uniform, but everything's getting mica powdered anyway. To a darker green. Okay, let's push you on the side. Okay, let's get some stuff on top. Could have used something to flatten it out better, but whatever. The clay sticking to my fingers. That's how hot it is here. Now, if his daddy's still sleeping, he's going to have to come in here. Poor kid's lonely. Let's see. You can see that. Oh, that's an option. That was not an option. I forget how I'm doing this. I just want to put these feet on. It might be too warm in here. Sorry, I need to do that. Okay, let me just do. Just gonna smush it down. It's a little rounded. It's a little rounded. It won't look terrible. There are plenty of jars that have a round bottom. I think he's trying to wake him up. It sounds like. Do feet forward a little bit. I'm gonna have to redo the feet. Yeah, I'm gonna have to redo the feet. Okay. I am, buddy. Daddy still sleeping? Very carefully.
I painted.
No, I'm putting clay on it. So let me just do nubs right now for feet. It's like duck feet. Maybe this would be a duck jar instead. Right? See, look at that. I just change it all the time. A little penguin jar. I have noticed that the color affects what I believe it's going to be. So that's fun. Okay. It's going to have him like, his hand like this. Yeah, you can see that way. And then definitely want a 3D look to it. So we would have this size. What's this? Any wooden dowel. That's what this is. Any wooden dowel. And let me get another piece. The same consistency. Forgot to bring water in here. No, I'm dying. That's fine. I'm not dying. Okay. Wonderful. Okay, so take this off here. Now you want the frog to be like, I think. It's usually like back here, right? And then he has the chest right there. So let's do. Make him into a fat frog. We're gonna have his nose, his eyes, like right here. So this is it.
How to do this? Say, take a pan, take a bowl.
He's doing his instructional video right now.
Lots. Like lots.
Buddy, what did I say? That's great.
That's how I do it. That's magic trick. That's number one.
It's a great magic trick. I don't understand how his dad is still asleep. Doesn't make sense. Okay, so I'm trying to get the legs to match up. There we go. Okay. It's a frog. So we're going to have to smooth out some spots. I like that. That's cute. I'll replicate this over here. Get a little piece like that. Probably work well. Kind of, right? Smooth it out. Smooth, smooth, smooth. There we go. Get rid of this stuff here. Smooth it out. Let's add more detail later, you know.
My God, I hold it. Look, it holds it. It doesn't fall.
Nice.
It's not going over to you.
I know. Nice.
So, this is my good.
There you go.
And we'll see.
I'm his favorite person in the world. He wants to share everything with me. Okay, great. Hands in front. I gotta think.
Mommy,
Do.
see?
Let's see. I'm gonna bring it over a little bit more like this. There we go. Awesome. That's better, right? Got more of a thing. Add a little bit more. Get a little bit more of that dimension that we have going on one side. Just need a little bit of thickness. So we can add. We're gonna do the detail of the feet another time. Just want to do the basic stuff today, like the fact that there is feet, you know. Let me see if I like that. Okay. I'm gonna go like this for a second. You don't have a whole lot of visual going on. I am making it. Okay. Now we're going to put down the chest, a little bit of white, just to separate the color. One second. Come in. Why don't you just come in? Daddy's sleeping anyway. Come sit here. Don't throw anything and just hush. Okay? Can you hush for me? So the frog has a chest. I'm just going to add some white just to help differentiate some of the color for later. Oops. There we go.
Doesn't wait.
So upset with it right now. Okay, I'll move this around here more. Give us a little bit more definition. Adds to the thickness that we want. Right. It's not too bad. I am going to try to see if we can do about keeping the colors separate. So there's a lot of green right there. We don't want a lot of green right there. So I'm like painting with clay. It's there. We got to figure out how we're doing the back, which we're going to do. We're going to fully finish the front, color and not color, but design and stuff. Because once we do the back, actually, you know what? I got to wonder the best way to do this. So we don't want it too. A bit more purple. Right there. Okay. Purple on this side now. Now it's a little bit more even looking. Let's move it. We're going to figure out what texture we're going to be using for a frog. Cut his fingers out. You can go in the living room now. Okay. Let's see. A little bit more. I know, I'm doing that overcorrecting thing again. Can't help myself. Okay. Did I yawn?
No,
You yawned.
I was sleeping.
Okay.
I was just sleeping a little bit. Not
Okay.
just yawning. I was
There
just
you go.
sleeping.
Front legs. Still definition here, which is what we wanted. Now we're going to figure out the back. We're going to do medium-sized back legs. Do some white. We're going to do the white for the eyes. And then don't forget, we have the teeth. Teeth are going to be the lid of the jar is where we're going to have our teeth.
That's
Well, let me use the purple since we've already done the purple for the other spot.
creepy, Mommy.
How's that creepy, buddy? It's just legs. Legs on the front of the jar.
That's I'm going to make a dye with teeth.
I'm putting teeth on it.
Right.
Why not?
And I'm going to add eyes.
I'm going to add eyes. I can do like human teeth, you know, like a big,
Maybe.
weird teeth. I can't do normal. I have to do something else. Okay. So the frog.
It's going to look at the dye.
The frog, so legs are
I
up
made
here.
a frog at the lake. Are you going to make a
Just
dye
like
frog?
that. And then-
I make a dye frog.
yes.
Right? And it's going to have the head.
It's going to have a head, yes.
And can't add white eyeballs.
Yes. I'm adding white eyeballs.
And black. It's going to be brown.
You want?
You can
There we go.
those eyeballs.
Okay, here we go. Ah, that's not too bad. I'm struggling there.
And we're so funny.
And we got to get this again. So let's take this off and let's make it again. Try to make it again, I should say.
They're so funny, Mama.
Okay. The feet. Let's see. That's definitely too big. Right. Go ahead and we'll cut it. Have it match a little bit better. We're going to be shaping the toes, front and back. Okay, just trying to get these guys a little even. course, I can never replicate what I just did, like ever. And I want it close, but okay, that's not terrible. Great. Just like this back here, back where it was. Feet back here. And that is, put it upside down, make sure we're getting the same look on both sides. Okay, see, that's a little, let's remove it a little bit. We're even. It's kind of even. Okay. Let's push it against here. Push it there. Fun. You don't want it sticking out too much. I mean, you can. You know, like if you have a tail, you can do that. This time I want it more to look like, you know, like masonry, because it's a mason jar. You know. Okay. Now. There we go. It actually looks like something sitting down, so you can probably put something else if you want. You might need to add another thing on the side here. Here we go. I'm really happy I chose that color. So it's a good color for this. There we go. Okay, now what I'm going to do, you want to roll it, smush it, because I'm adding smush it, roll it. Make sure they're the same size. Okay, they're not the same size, so let me do this one. I cut this in half. It'll probably be better. There we go. The idea, I'm going to make sure leg looks like it's one of those, it's like it's curled up, because frogs have very, very, very long legs. Just want to make sure there's a divide with the two legs there. And you're going to have the divide right here. You don't divide on top, but more towards, oh, I see what happens here. There we go. Just smush the two of these together. Let me see if I can get these two a little more smushy. Good. Two legs. Kind of even in the back. Not 100%, but you know, whatever. I'm going to make this more even though. What are you doing? Why are you breathing like that? He was just holding his throat and panting. I don't understand. Okay, here we go. Great. Thanks. Now, let's get feet done. So a frog has toes, webbed feet. So go like this. Oh, smush it down. And you get kind of the ribbing done. Cut some lines into it. Make it a little more webbier.
Excuse me. I just looked.
I heard that. Thank you. Just saying, excuse me.
I'm a bird.
There we go. Well, it's a little uneven, but let's see if we can fix it. I fix it a little bit, not terribly much. Squish the feet back in. Okay, so I'm gonna go like, there we go. Makes it more even. Much better. Let's cut to make it super even. Great. Almost done, yeah. So we're going to save the rest of this for next weekend. We have feet. Thank you, bud. Okay. So let's go ahead and get this part cleaned up a little bit better to match. Well, the frog became a jar because apparently he had a club foot. He was not able to escape. So the witch turned him into a jar instead. That's my story. That's where I'm going with it. So we're going to go smush, smush. I wish I could show you more. Okay, so right there, like this. You go smush, smush. Of course, they're not going to be even because my stuff just is never even. Smush, smush. Perfect. Perfectly imperfect. And there we go. You have the belly and the feet of the frog. Let me get this cleaned up a little bit. I'm going to start with the mouth. Now, what I've done with something like this before is that I use the middle for like the teeth. So teeth on top, teeth on the bottom, which probably would work on here.
Teeth like mom.
Yep.
And teeth.
Yep.
Teeth like mom. Teeth like tummy like my teeth.
The thing is, though, we're going to need to unscrew this apart.
Yeah.
So it has to, can't, there we go. There we go. Make sure the bottom doesn't look terrible. It doesn't look terrible.
Doesn't look terrible.
There we go. Now, when you do the teeth, we now know that the line that's right here is going to be where this jar head sits, which is great. There we go. We do whites. We're going to do big teeth. Big chiclet. Yes, because of how you're sitting.
Like this.
Well, if you put your knees down, your knees are going to look like they're pressed on something.
What's on my tail? That looks like a snake.
That's the idea. So when we do the lid, during the teeth, wherever we go. We're going to do the whole line like this. No, we can't put the lid back on, otherwise we're going to smush everything. We don't want to smush everything. There you go. 4 more minutes. And that's it. Next week, we'll see about getting the eyes and the head on. Mm-hmm. And yep, next week that's what we're going to do. My little co-host. Say hi, Bruce.
Hi.
You said hi, Bruce. You're so cute. So I'm just doing this white right now. Go around. So we can have either the teeth on top or start the teeth on the bottom.
That's really pretty.
I don't know yet.
So pretty.
If you put the teeth on the bottom, see that? If you put the teeth on the bottom, then you're going to have a surplus of clay because of that. Unless I just add indentation and then later on I paint. Which is a possibility. So.
Because you're leaning on my chair.
That's right. Your knees are ready because you're leaning on your chair. That's what happens when you lean on your chair.
Does that happen when you be on that chair when you get full?
That's right. Hit the camera and everything. Mm-hmm. Of course, because it's not firm, we're going to have that issue there.
See?
But it's the lid.
I have 2 picks right here. I have one here. I have one
Buddy,
here.
they can't see you.
And,
We're going to have to do a video of yours, though. We will.
and so there's the eye built that.
Yep, we'll show them that you like to play with toothpicks and clothespins.
Pens.
Pretty much stuff that he's not allowed to touch in my craft room is what he builds with. I should get this to stay.
I just took it that I made it. That was like this. It was
See,
like
getting the lid.
it's the same one with free.
Just getting the lid just finished up. It's the last thing to do. We'll do the teeth next week.
You will.
Yep, that's it.
How many?
I love you, buddy. I love your hearts that you made for me. Ugga mugga, Bubba.
I'm not doing it.
Why can't you do Ugga mugga? It's so cute. Daniel Tiger does Ugga mugga.
Why?
Because that's how he shows people he loves them. He says Ugga mugga. You don't have to, but I like it.
I don't.
I like to tell you Ugga mugga. Ugga mugga, Bruce.
I'm not doing it.
Ugga mugga.
I'm not doing it.
Oh, Ugga mugga.
I'm not doing it.
Oh, Ugga mugga.
I'm not doing it.
No.
No. Because I don't want to. Because I want to make myself to go to the store
Yeah.
and sleep in the house.
There you go.
If I fight.
Nice and round, and then we have to see how it. That's what we're gonna have to do.
You will?
We have to see how it screws on.
No.
Look at that. That's how it screws on.
That's
So we have to fix
a cool looking.
how much clay is on here.
There's a few teeth on it now.
It's gonna have teeth on it.
Why is there no teeth here?
There's no teeth on here yet because I didn't put any on.
He needs gummy.
I'm giving him teeth and gums.
He needs a gummy.
I know he does. Okay, well that's it. Well, thank you everybody for joining us tonight for Clearly Homemade's Saturday Night Live event, even though no event was scheduled. I try to do something every Saturday just like I do every Friday. Just to keep up on the playing and things like that. And he's trying to look himself in the camera and he can't see himself, just so you guys know. So join me next weekend, next Saturday, where I put the teeth on this guy. And then we get the eyes. I might do hand-painted eyes. I might just do clay eyes. I don't know. I might just do whatever I feel like doing. So this is going to be mine. We're going to, we're going to put, one second. We're going to put probably a crown on him, maybe some flies, something like that. But then this is what we have so far. So it's uneven again.
So thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you for joining us. And we'll see you again next Friday. As always, I look forward to creating with you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.